Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Musume, let's have a look at a few more room matches in preparation for the Gemini Cup for the Champions meeting. And this video, I'm going to go outside of my comfort zone. No frontrunners. My ace is a Goldship. She'll be an end closer. And then I'll have a pace chaser in Tokai Teo. And a debuffer in Super Creek. And then this video, unlike the previous ones, I'm going to do all of the, looking at the opponent's builds after each race. Before I did it during, and that was because there were not a lot of builds that I wanted to look at. But lately, the builds have been better, so I want to take more time to look at them. Alright, here we have a 18-person race. And this will also be a first for this series, but this is going to be a loss here. I'm not against showing my losses. It's just that, again, the competition has not been very strong up to now. But yeah, little by little, people are getting stronger. But my Tokai Teo is at the front of the Pace Chaser group. And then my Goldship is in the front of the End Closer group. I like power, so I think that's what's happening here. Alright, Swinging Maestro on Goldship. Can we get it on Teo? Not quite yet, okay. And then we got the Go-Home Specialist earlier in the race, so that's all the healing abilities that I have for Goldship. But yeah, she's moving up very well in the pack. Better than the other end closers, for sure. Passing Teo. Alright, we're coming into the last corner with the uphill section. Power is going to help here too. And usually I get a big burst here and I just kind of come away from everybody. But here the Oguri Cap and then the Mihono Bourbon are going to keep up pretty well. Actually, that Oguri Cap might be a tiny bit ahead of me. But yeah, I said this in the previous video where I used 2 frontrunners, I believe, but I think the best way to stop other people's Goldship from winning is to use a frontrunner. That's not to say the frontrunner is going to win, but you should put frontrunners in your team to stop Goldship. But I feel like the best way to enable Goldship to win is to run with a Pace Chaser, and not a frontrunner. Okay, let's have a look at the other builds here. Here's the Oguri Cap, and solid build. Good stamina, 2 gold skills, so they're probably not going to run out during the race. Speed is okay, power is a little low maybe. Stamina Eater is a nice debuff, so yeah, solid build here. I feel like if we ran 10 times against each other, I would get more wins against this, however. Alright, next, let's look at the Mihono Bourbon. This is a silly build. Way too much stamina, sacrificing too much speed and power. I think they had a lucky run here. Here's another Goldship. I like this build. Good stats and not too many skills. We got the 2 gold recovery. Power could be higher. And here's a McQueen. No, only 1 white recovery. And again, sacrificing too much speed and power for stamina. And then here's a build of a Narita Taishin that I like too, but she didn't perform very well. Maybe more power here too. And another Goldship, stamina's low. And 1 more Goldship. A lot of speed, but I don't know if that Goldship has enough stamina to make use of that much speed, so Okay, next race. This will be a 9-racer race. And then we're going to see something kind of unusual here, but there are no frontrunners at all. So what the game does is it chooses a pace chaser at random and makes them the frontrunner. They call it a quote-unquote lucky pace chaser. And then Maiteo was selected, so she's going to jump out in front. I don't know what the condition is to be chosen to be the lucky pace chaser. But if it's power, then I'll get it every time. Alright, Teo is rushed. That's not good. And then after this corner, we'll sort of kind of come back together again, but still have a decent lead with Teo. But yeah, with a end closer or like Goldship, you want a pace chaser also in your team. And then that leaves a kind of a free spot, so I thought I would put in a debuffer. I just said that I wanted to kind of change my debuffer, make it sort of a more legit racer with some debuffs, but I've gone back to using the full debuffer here, just in the meantime. But yeah, I did take her to potential level 5 so that she can get Swinging Maestro for herself. That cost a bunch of the Kikkasho sashes. Very painful, but I would like to make a better version of her. Okay, my Teo's still very much out in front, and then my Goldship is catching up. Okay, coming into the last corner with the uphill. Let's see if we can get a burst here. Let's see if anybody else can get a similar burst. Does not look like it, no. Alright, so now it'll just be who wins, my Goldship or my Teo. Yeah, I like this team, but I like my double frontrunner more, I think, so I might go with that once the actual event rolls around. But I'll keep testing it, you know, over the next couple weeks to see if it remains strong. We'll see. Okay, let's look at the opponent builds. Got a Goldship here. Stamina's maybe at the lower end, and then only 2 white recovery skills, so probably an unreliable racer there. But this one should be more reliable. Slightly higher stamina, a gold skill, although Breath of Fresh Air doesn't always go off. And here's another silly build. Way too much stamina, and then 2 gold skills on top of it. You don't need that for open. And same thing for this Mayano Top Gun, probably from the same trainer. And then there's this Oguri Cap, which actually has kind of a good build, but got 8th out of 9th for some reason. I don't know. I would like to see more power there, maybe fewer skills. Okay, last race here. Nothing funny here. I win the race, and there's front runners, so... but if I remember, this was a pretty close race. Okay, so we have some front runners in Daiwa Scarlet and Rice Shower. A lot of pace chasers and a few end closers. No late surgers at all. And that's another reason why I'd like to remake my Super Creek. She has like 1 or 2 debuffs for late surgers, and nobody's using late surgers here, so I could make her over, make her a better racer, and then have more appropriate skills. And actually, I've run into a couple strong Daiwa Scarlets. I might have to look into her. Or look into how to beat her. Alright, but again, my Teo at the front of the Pace Chaser group, and my Goldship at the front of the End Closer group. Alright, Maestro on Teo, that's good. And Maestro on Goldship, that's good. Alright, my Teo is falling back. That's kind of worrying. Yeah, no late surgers, so that's a kind of a wasted debuff there. Okay, but my Goldship's moving up. Definitely better than the other end closers. Coming up on the last corner with the uphill. Let's see if we can get that burst. Okay, very good. Goldship does, Teo does not. Okay, debuff those Pace Chasers, that's good. And this looks like it's going to be between my Goldship and the Daiwa Scarlet. She's got a bit of a lead. There is a Narita Taishin as well. Still haven't seen a really strong Narita Taishin. I would like to see that. Alright, their Daiwa Scarlet gets a velocity skill. I'm not feeling good at this point. But they run out of stamina. So I can steal it from them. Good. We'll look at their build and see why they didn't have enough stamina. Okay, here we are. 900, that's good, but only the one gold skill. Maybe they missed it. If I were to go back to the video and then check, maybe they did indeed miss it, but otherwise, solid build. And here's the Narita Taishin. This might be the one from before, actually, but they need more power, I feel like, to work themselves up from the back. Here's an Agnes Tachyon. Pretty low stamina, even with all of those heals. I don't know. And Special Week. Solid build. Solid. Long S is nice. Iono Top Gun. I would also call this solid, but I don't know. More speed and power I would like in there. Fewer skills. And Goldship. Yeah, solid, but no healing, unfortunately. I take it back. Bad build. Alright, debuffer there. And then another Ogre Cap in the back. Also a solid build. Don't know why it's not doing well. And then a McQueen. That's low stamina, even with all those skills. Oh, but they have a lot of points left over to work with, so they could definitely improve that one. And then Rice Shower, yeah, similar story here. Drop that Professor of Curvature. Symbole Rudolph, good skills, decent stats, but they could be higher. And they're trying to go for a little bit of a debuffer there. And that's nothing, and that's nothing. Okay, so that'll do it for this video. Maybe I'll let it... Maybe I'll take a break for a week. Maybe I'll still do the... Maybe I'll take a break from these videos for a week. I'll still do the room matches in my own time, but I will maybe look at like what's going on with the meta, see how my teams are doing. If I need to make adjustments, I'll do that, and then I'll make more videos later. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.